cloud, not computer. Okay, anyway.
So, Happy New Year to both of you, I said it to them, and
Happy New Year, everybody.
so, very well. We have a couple of guests on tonight, good, so it looks like start the new year off with a small agenda, so that's nice. I move to approve the agenda as presented. Any additions, deletions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And I'd like to move to approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes for December 18th, 2024.
I have one correction at 6.2. It's quoted as saying, W. O'Brien said, past practice is that the deputy first selectman serves at the leisure of the first selectman. It should be at their pleasure.
Oh, okay.
I like that at the leisure of.
There's no leisure.
I know it does.
There is no leisure.
Pleasure.
Very well. Leisure pleasure.
Yeah, either way, we're. Happy New Year.
They're working.
Okay. Any other comments? All right, all those in favor? All right, opposed, thank you. Okay, audience or citizen? Anybody? Old business, discussion on the dedication annual report, it's that time of year, I asked everybody to kind of think of it. We threw a couple out the last time, you know, Mark and I were talking a little bit about it. We always seem to do it, most of the time, it's in someone's passing, we put them on the annual report. It's okay to thank people who are still with us that have done a good job. However, this year, of course, we have a couple that have passed, but. Any thoughts still?
My thoughts are, we had brought up last meeting about whether to dedicate it to Bob Ball, or at least it came up, or Justin Holbrook. I'm happy that we're doing the dedication plaque that is gonna come up in item 6.1. But I think it would be nice for us to honor
Yeah.
Bob Baldwin and his service to the town.
He did it all.
Oh, he
I
did.
did,
He did. Definitely.
so
He's a
I'm fine
good
with
guy.
that. Anybody, any other comments?
Yeah.
So, I'd like to move to that this year's was the annual report will be dedicated to Robert Baldwin, former selectman in the town of Columbia. Any chance you can do or, I don't know what I know he was on the board of selectmen for years.
He was a
I don't know
moderator.
what else his history was.
He was a moderator for years.
He's on the library board, he did a lot,
All right, can we
moderator for the.
throw some things out there, we can get it right up, please. If you remember things, text it out or send it in an email in general. Do a write up, I'll take a look at it, thank you. Next, new business, dedication for a plaque for Justin Holbrook, so, we moved from one
Yeah.
person who deserves dedication to another one. I move to approve the plaque as presented by the Historical Society, Columbia Historical Society, to honor Justin Holbrook for his dedication to the town and certainly its history. So comments,
He was, he kind of created the Ocken Garden. So we were gonna put the plaque there, put it on the building there. And I've already got, a price from the place in Willimantic, it's gonna be a bronze plaque. And I've got his wife approved, I'm going through the whole thing just to make sure everything's okay. And the board of, Historic Society have approved. So I think we're gonna do it in April. Cause he went up this place up in Washington, Connecticut and got information on the Ocken Garden. That woman's gonna come down and do a lecture. And then I'm gonna do it that day. It's on a Sunday. I can't remember the actual date.
okay,
It's already planned, so it should, I'll spread the, get the notice out there.
and this is the plaque we're gonna do,
Yeah. Do I have any? We played with words and different things. What do you think? Going through a lot of.
I don't know if I like the word difficult. I understand what it's saying.
It's difficult.
Um,
How about it's easy to remember?
It's an honor to remember someone who gave us so much. No,
Okay,
let's
say that
remember,
again.
remember.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Well, it's more just to take out the difficult.
I know.
It's easy to remember somebody who gave us.
Or like Mark said, it's an honor to remember.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh, I like that
It's
better.
an honor
Ooh,
to
that's-
remember
Yeah, I like that better.
someone who gave us so much.
To
It's an honor
Remember.
to remember someone who gave us so much.
someone who gave us so much, okay, I do
someone
like
who
that.
gave so much, never mind us, it is an honor to remember someone who gave so much to remember.
Okay. You know, you have so many people giving you feedback, it's kind of cool, maybe you come up with something.
Either way on the outside, you know.
Yeah, that's good, I like that. It hasn't been created yet.
Okay, why don't we write that up again and then we'll look at it again. I want it to be right. Okay, I just think it should be.
It's permanent, it's gonna be there.
I'm gonna hang it where?
Well, Justin, with this, okay, there's a history to this. He pushed to have the outhouse to be used as a shed. And it was a little bit of controversy at the time. It's an outhouse, what's the Mohican tribe gonna say? And we decided to, and he just thought, what's everyone talking about there? It doesn't make a difference. So that's why we're putting it there. And,
Was it good?
But it is a shed now.
It's a shed.
But on the bottom, we could write, come in, sit and think a lot.
Could do that.
I would like the humor in that.
And so-
You gotta go, I mean, this was about, took a couple months to get the outhouse to be used for a shed. I swear, everything gets, but he wanted it. And his wife understands this stuff too, because I'm really going, everything we've done, we've gone through her, because I don't want her and her family left out.
That's awesome.
But, and I wanted on something that's gonna be there, and you put it, I don't know, on a tree or something, the tree's gonna come down, so this will be there for a long time after people don't remember who he is.
Okay,
So, but anyways, okay, it is an honor to remember someone who gave so much,
Who gave so much.
who gave so much to remember.
Get rid of us.
But we never have to remember twice.
No, you cut out the last remember, to remember.
Okay.
Who gave us so much, period.
Got it, okay. Okay,
Gave Columbia, so, instead of,
who gave, it is an honor to remember someone who gave Columbia so much.
and now,
Very much.
yeah, who gave so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
I'm
that.
sorry, did you vote? All those in favor of the five? Aye. Wording, opposed? Thank you. Columbia Lake, nothing, appointments and resignations. I move to approve the appointment of Shelby Taylor, Assistant Animal Control Officer. Discussion, I did say to Mark, seems like we go through a lot of animal control officers. But for one that goes, one steps up, so.
Yeah, I had a resume. She's actually going to college for animal therapy and a minor in business. So she seems like she's focused on.
She have a little couch when she talks to you.
No. It's a job that actually the animals are never the problem, usually it's the people.
You think?
Yeah.
That's the issue. I don't know how the training isn't there
Where does she live?
in East Hampton.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
You're up, Mark.
Budget process has started. I'm gearing up everyone to start meeting with us. Stephen, I'll just your schedule too, and if I'll get out to everybody as we nail down the schedule more. I want to hear what, if you want to listen in on any of the major budgets that we're working on and who he wants to bring in, because I'll present, but usually we bring in the fire department, the public works department, and the facilities manager. Those are the three big budgets.
Maybe the library sometimes.
And often it's the library.
pending, but yeah,
Um,
other than that, no.
yeah, so I'm trying to pull this together this month. Round one. Anybody else? So it's library. Fire.
I think once you have your initial discussion with the other groups, if you think that we need to hear something, please, and
Okay.
you can always.
I think we should decide as we go along rather than now, we're still working a call.
Okay. And then, Forest Porter School update, Chris, do you want to give any highlights? I have, some of the dates that we nailed down.
Sure, so, the contractor that, was the low bidder that we had decided to go for, award, based on their lead time that was proposed, they had requested when they got a copy of the, contract for execution that, they couldn't live with, what was in the contract. The contract was written, based on a desire to get it completed, substantially completed by the end of September in order to allow for the commissioning process to complete and them to clean the school and come in anyway. We had the referendum, it delayed everything a month,
Right.
so the contractor came back just before Christmas, right? And basically requested the date to move out. We had subsequent meeting with it and they were insistent of keeping, moving the date to the end of December 2025, substantially complete. So that's basically cutting it real close. Looking at their lead time, Jim Russo, the project manager, believes maybe it's closer to the end of November, but because we want to get this firm under contract, we agreed. The update was made, we sent out an updated contract, and at least as of last night, the contractor is still reviewing the contract terms and conditions.
And we sent a revised signed contract on December 23rd, so they've had it since the 23rd, signed by us.
What's their concern? Have they voiced anything?
From what they shared with Jim Russo, at least as of last night, was their attorneys are looking at the contract terms and conditions. One thing that certainly I find a little questioning is the entire bid contract terms and conditions were all part of
Yeah,
the bid process. There wasn't any new terms.
We haven't changed it.
So they should have, in theory, had reviewed the entire proposal to include terms and conditions, and if they have burned, identify them in their bid and, try to get them removed.
Probably the holidays, nobody's doing anything right.
yeah.
The holidays were 2 weeks ago. They weren't long.
Right.
I
Because
know.
of how it fell.
It lasted.
There was nothing happening.
And the other thing is because Thanksgiving was so late, we went from Thanksgiving, had a week of work and we jumped into the Christmas holiday season. Although I am concerned,
Yeah.
I got the call, come down and sign it, they wanna push it out to the 31st. Okay, that's fine, and I know we have, I don't know, Jack of the Works or whoever is doing that.
Jim Russo.
Just make sure we tally everything. If somebody comes in and says, we're not gonna be able to get these parts we need, they're a week late, or they're a month late. Everything has to be written down. So if we get bumped out past, we have the ability to go, not our fault, not our fault, not our fault. Machinery or equipment or personnel, we were on top of this, that's all I ask.
Substantial completion is pretty big enough to hopefully support,
Right.
if you're moving along with it, I can't imagine getting burned because, you run into those kind of problems.
Right, I just like, on the paper backup, emails and stuff like that, okay, we understand, so.
Is there a
You
time?
hadn't heard from Jim since last.
No, I didn't hear today. I'll follow up with him tomorrow.
So they're not giving a time frame when they're gonna.
Sorry?
Well, Jim was calling him today, put some pressure on him, that we want to get going,
Yeah.
Any more time to lapse.
Right, because as far as I'm concerned, they're reading into their lead time. They're not pushing out potentially the lead time into January 26th because they are opting to review the contract terms additionally or for the first time. So we're hoping that within the next few days, we'll get some indication of what's the concern, if any, and just get this there executed so we can get moving.
Right,
Who's the contact person with the company? Who's dealing with it
No, so Jim Russo, he's our project manager, he's the he's representing the town in these discussions, he's dealing with. Someone who's not like the principal owner, what we had asked Jim is if he's not getting any response from this individual, to go up to the. Company owner or someone who can make a decision and try to drive some sort of position in understanding where are we on this.
Well, tell them the board's getting anxious about it, you know. You know,
yeah, and move this
Yeah,
along.
the problem is. They back out of this.
Well, we had a discussion on that too. There is a bond. And if they backed out, the executed bond would cover
The
the
difference.
difference between us and the next bidder, but you're gonna run out of time. That's the issue. But
Okay,
we could go to the second bidder and the bond would pay the difference.
I agree with Steve's on the mark, that was to document any kind of delays and everything else as we go along, so it's if it comes down to having our side, that we have the ammunition.
I mean, every time we call Jim Russo, we need to document it. You know, it's okay, just jot it down, all right, great.
Okay, and just to report as well, the DPW garage heat is working great. The propane heat we put in is keeping the whole garage, so they can work inside, work on all the equipment. So that was a success. Mike Lester just wants a ballard or another ballard for the propane tank. So we'll put that in ourselves. And then, Beach Pavilion is coming to the point where the garage is on, the garage door in the back. The inside is spec'd out, the electrical is ready to go as soon as our contractor Jake screws in the new threaded bars that are inside the pavilion. And then we'll put the lights up and we're done except for landscaping on the outside once winter's over. So we're almost there finally. And the Becker Senior Center generator is this close to being installed. Right now, this week, he's drilling a hole into the senior center for the propane line for the electric. And the wire is almost done. So
Mhm.
all three of those big projects are coming great finally. And then I included the human service job description for Bernadette. And if you had any thoughts on it, but right now that's what she's operating under, that job description for overseeing Brittany and overseeing the needs of the town.
Yeah, and I was,
So this is her main job description.
No, that's her
This is the stipend.
stipend job description as the human service coordinator. And then,
I wanted some time to review it before I. went
So we
through
can make
it.
changes, it's not a,
Right, I understand. I was just talking to Mark today, we need a little bit more time.
and
It's
then
basically good. I just wanted to look.
you're setting up another meeting, Judy, with
I
the subcommittee.
yes, I contacted, Lori, because she's gotta coordinate with. Can't remember her name, to see when she's available,
Maria?
from United, for United Services, so I sent, she responded already, and she's gonna be contacting her, so hopefully sometime in January, I'll send something.
and you met with someone from AHM today?
Yes, that was Teresa, who came in, she dropped off a whole bunch of annual reports of everything they're accomplishing, they're outside. Grab one on the way out or they're down in the lobby, but Teresa said that HM's doing great, they keep adding to their team. Because now they're bringing in 2 Yukon interns a year that wanna do this type of work, and they're hoping they'll actually keep some of them. And they have a supervisor that's training all these consultants, or what they, what's their term, that they.
Licensed clinical social workers.
Yes, yes, so they actually build the insurance companies
Right,
to help people. And they've got full-time person, Barbara, she was telling me that the AHM person, young woman who works for the school is now full-time,
Yes, she is.
5 days a week.
yeah,
Right, so she said that's working out great.
that's cool.
And were there any comments about what Bernadette has put together? I know I got. Did she look at it? Did she say Bernadette this? Because I don't know, I have to fish this
I
out.
say she, who you talking to?
Teresa, the girl who was for AHM?
I showed her the job description, she said it looked good, so looks perfect for what Bernadette should be overseeing. So that was positive, yes.
Okay.
All right, and that's all I have, Stephen.
Okay, correspondence in there. Take a look at this barn fire. I got reports on it that day from the chief of police. It was Christmas Eve day. It was a total loss. They were there for, had to be 8 to 10 hours. They had a reflash.
It was full of wood and hay and.
Yeah, the problem, well, the only, some good that comes out of it, they got together and there's lessons learned that comes out of everything that goes on. And what they found was they really need to have their tankers or their pumpers or, just placed in different locations, so you actually have a continuous run-up of water, even if it has to come from two different places to load the tankers and stuff. So I was talking to Karen today about it, because they were running out of water.
Which is common when.
Yeah,
That's a
there was
big
a lot of, it's a massive fire.
There's
Yeah.
what is well, it's
Lot of
as far as Yukon, Bolton,
There were tonnage. Yeah.
I know that, Hebron was involved, Lebanon was involved, we were here, probably Willimantic was involved. I know the
And
three,
Yukon.
us and the other.
Yukon.
Came down, yeah,
Yeah,
They're mainly trying to say, keep the house from burning too.
right, well, that's,
Close.
lots of times, that's all you can do.
so. So kudos to,
Hot fire.
our fire department and any other fire department that answered up
Oh,
on
yeah,
a cold day
it was all,
On a holiday.
and on a holiday. So
so there weren't any animals in the home,
there was none hurt,
it's not her,
There were animals, but they all got out of it.
I believe so.
well, that's.
I know there was none hurt. I think there was a few in there that got,
And first responders, everyone was okay.
so.
Mm,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find out why maybe Barbie, you know why the polar plunge didn't go down or what?
I was told, the insurance came back as $900, which would have defeated the purpose of the fundraiser.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
Okay,
That's a shame.
we got new defibrillators, so next year maybe that'll help bring down the insurance cost.
I don't know. Insurance is, liability gets so high.
Yeah, well,
We go through that with the Historic Society for stuff.
sure. We have no transfers, refunds. We do have refunds.
Yep.
I move to authorize refund in the amount of $915.84 to the respected personnel above, listed above, just three, again, we can make it on the deal. All those in favor? Opposed, thank you. And I move to approve the payment of bills totaling $240,898.10, including 24-25 emergency, regular, credit card, and paycheck.
What was the crime? It says CHRO nuisance payment.
That was our settlement. With the police.
Which should be discussed in an executive session.
Yeah,
Right.
for $400,
No, yep.
$500.
So I did have one in the electricity. The new I assume it's the new DPW garage,
mhm.
is $1378 for the month. Town hall was $972. So I'm wondering why it's in almost 50% more
For which?
for the DPW
W?
garage.
Right here, turn to the bills, I'm sure it's there.
It was, and I'm just wondering if there's something we can do to reduce that. It seems excessive to me. It's a lot of money.
Well, right, while we had no furnace, we were running electric heaters and.
Is that this garage, the DPW?
It's the main
garage?
garage in DPW.
Down near the dump.
That's
Okay.
where
I don't know which bill when it says garage.
it says maintenance garage was $386.
Maintenance garage is the old firehouse.
Right, isn't that where the thing went down?
No,
No,
Oh, it was
it
down.
went down in the
Oh,
big garage,
It's down there.
the old big
PD
garage,
does.
the main garage.
Okay, I did not realize that. Well, that, if you're running electric heat, yeah. So that's both facilities then being tagged on the same, have the same meter,
And
the new and the old, because I don't see another.
so what kind of heat does the chapel have?
all it has is an old, it's both air conditioning and heat. An old unit that uses ductwork. There's a compressor outside that does both.
Is it on in the,
They try to leave it off and only put it on when they go in there to. sort
$590, they're in there
Well,
for a
that's-
weekend.
That's the problem. The chapel would be better for us to just do a donation. They're doing a lot of work. To raise 2,000 a year, but. A good chunk of it goes to, electric heat.
Okay.
it's been cold. It's not like that all the time, but.
$7,000 for physicals, huh?
That's the fire department,
I see.
That's, every member has to have it.
right?
It's a once a year cost for text my gov.
Yes.
$4,500.
We had to go up because we used more than our 50,000 text characters this year. So now we're contracting for, I think we were at 60,000 now, or 100,000, I don't know, Jen.
We have additional watershed investigation here as well.
Is that for the,
That's for, our limnology, checking the outflows coming into the lake, and that was budgeted.
That's budget, okay.
Shut the door.
So this, gas was delivered. Right, 400 gallons of gas for $1,200. At that price, send out people to BJ's, I'll give them my card. It's $2.65 over there, why are we spending over $3 a gallon? I thought we got a deal with bulk.
I'll check it back.
Please. Spent. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24. We spent $25,000 on treated road salt. Now,
I would assume each is a truckload?
Yeah, so we had to,
why don't we get it from our salt shed?
that fills our salt shed, that's where we put it. So that's the delivery of salt that we mix with sand for our roads,
Right, they bring it in by pickups?
like truck.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you have to.
And then
They
we,
asked last year about salt and, okay. Are we set for the rest of, what, a couple more storms anyway? I'm
that's also
salty,
more recall.
yeah, me too.
Let's hope we don't have any.
Any other questions? All those in favor of paying the bills? So you just put a question mark.
Yeah, I got that.
Thank you. And opposed, none. Thank you. Audience or citizen? Okay, board member comments? Seeing none, hearing none. Nobody wants to get out of here. Hey, Are we understand where bills were paid, we don't have to go into executive session, everybody understands?
Mhm.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Excellent. With that. Move to adjourn, all those in favor?
And it's 7:30. Good night, Ann. Good night,
Bye.
Bob.
Goodbye.